welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine and welcome to another episode of FeltTube. Today is going to be a quick one. I'm just going to do a review of this Heartfelt Treasures kit by Bucilla. It just features these 4 Valentine hearts, which I think just stitched up so beautifully. So I'm going to show you what they look like, tell you some changes I made, and just do a little bit of chatting about them and give you my review. Oh, just a disclaimer before we start, there will be dog hair. So at a glance, these are how they all turned out. Right here, so pretty. So this kit stitched up pretty quickly, I would say. And I think the only change I made is on this one right here. It called for, let me zoom in a little bit. This red outline stitch was supposed to be white. And the thing about these Bucilla kits is when you stitch white over the black outline, it tends to make the white thread turn kind of gray. And I didn't really like that. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to use red so that would show up a little bit better. So that was just a small change I made, and I think it looked really pretty. So the only other change I made is instead of stuffing them with polyfill by themselves, I went ahead and cut a piece of cardboard and then just put some quilt batting on so that they are a little bit stiffer, kind of like how the gingerbread ornaments are finished up. And I do like that a little bit, but you know, personal preference, and I just decided to do that in this kit because I wanted them to have a little bit more of a stiffer feel to them. And I will insert a video real quick here of just kind of how I layered them together to get that. Okay, I know that this is just a review of this kit, but I did want to show you that instead of just stuffing them with polyfill, I decided to do them kind of like I did the gingerbread ornaments so that they're a little bit stiffer and flatter. And so I have the backing here, and then I just cut a piece of the cardboard heart shape just a little bit smaller, and I glued the twisted cord just right on there. If you can see, I just kind of glued a little dab to hold it. So I'm going to layer them as like this, where you put that there, and then cut some low loft quilt batting that I'll put there, and then just grab the other piece on top like that and stitch them together. And then they have a little bit of the stiffness to them. I kind of wish I maybe would have put just a little bit more batting in them, but yeah, it's fine. It's good. So yeah, other than that, I think that there's not really much to talk about. It was very straightforward, and I think definitely beginner friendly. It was nice because it gives you a nice variety of stitches to do. So, you know, you've got your outline stitch. Now see, this one here has quite a bit of outline. So it's great because it gives you lots of practice on the outline stitch. You get to do all that outlining right there. Let's see, I don't think there was anything different about this one. It had a little bit of satin stitching in this one. So you can see the little bit of satin stitching on the leaves. Let me zoom in. Right there. I didn't do a wonderful job on them, but you know, they're leaves. So yeah, you get a little bit of, so you got some outline stitching there and some satin stitching, and that was pretty straightforward. This one had a fun thing in it. These little flowers right here were something I had never done. Oops, something happened weird there. Looks like that has a little flip. Okay, so there's these little flowers that you make where you don't use a bead with the sequin. You just go up and then down in the middle, and then up the sequin and down in the middle. So they're kind of, yes, they're kind of like, well, like you just saw. You can kind of flip them like that. And yeah, see, there's just like a little flower, and then there's a little tiny French knot in the middle. So let me see if I can get closer without it getting out of focus. I mean, you can kind of see. But anyway, that was fun. I had never done that before. Oops, looks like that one flipped as well. So yes, you can kind of see. That's just kind of how those little flowers are. But I thought they turned out so pretty, and I'm going to definitely keep that in my arsenal of embellishments to do sometime, maybe on another kit. Okay, and then here we've got outline stitch, and then in between the outline stitch is a filler stitch called, what is that called? The split stitch. And once again, it's probably pretty evident that the white thread picked up a little bit of the black stamp and gives it kind of a little bit of a grayish look. And you can really tell because of the, it's kind of next, you can compare it to the white felt, that it's kind of just a little dingy looking. But from a distance, I think nobody else would notice it looking at it. I think if you're the one making the kit, it's noticeable, but otherwise it's, no big deal. I love the way the wording turned out though. So lots of fun things for a beginner to do, to practice. You got the split stitch, the satin stitch, the outline stitch, and these cute little flowers, which I don't know what those are called, but they're cute. And there we go, a pile of hearts. And I did some twisted cording here. I decided to do a 2-color twisted cording. Put it in my hands. So you can see I did a pink and white cording there, and then on 2 of them, and then on the other 2, I did the red and white. And you can buy baker's twine at, I think the Dollar Tree even has baker's twine if you don't want to make your own twisted cording. And if you do want to know how to make twisted cording, I will put a link below on a tutorial, not made by me, but it's a good tutorial that shows how to make 2-colored twisted cording. And there we go. Here is the hearts at a glance. Let me lay them all out. And there we go. All ready to display for Valentine's Day. It's February 11th, 2026 today, so I got them done just in time. And I'm going to hang them on my mantle. And then I'm also getting ready to work on the part 3, the very last part of my Love is in the Air wreath kit that I started a few years ago. And I'm almost done with that, so I'm hopefully going to get a video of part 3 of that up too, and you can see how my wreath has turned out. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and definitely give this kit a try. I thought it was just thoroughly enjoyable, and the results are stunning. Okay, bye for now.